History, as they say, is written by the victors. But what if we told you there's more to the story? Yes, you heard that right. We are about to pull back the curtain on some of the world's most intriguing historical events. We're not talking about the battles, the kings, or the revolutions that you've read about in your history textbooks. Today we're delving into the hidden side of history, the obscured narratives that have been kept out of sight, tucked away neatly behind the grandeur of mainstream accounts. These are the historical cover-ups, the events that have been subtly concealed, modified, or overlooked entirely. They've been kept under wraps for reasons that range from preserving national pride to maintaining political power, from averting potential scandal to avoiding public panic. They're the stories that have been whispered in hushed tones, shared through clandestine documents, and passed down through generations with a cautionary, "Don't tell anyone." But why do these cover-ups even happen? Well, it's not just for the thrill of a good conspiracy. These cover-ups can shift the balance of power, alter the course of events, and most importantly, shape our understanding of history. They can turn villains into heroes, victims into villains, and ordinary events into extraordinary ones. And when these truths finally come to light, they can shake our perceptions to the core, forcing us to question what we thought we knew about our past. Today, we're going to shine a light on 3 specific events that have been shrouded in secrecy, their truths hidden beneath layers of deception and misinformation. We'll explore the sinking of the RMS Lucitania, a tragedy that may not be as straightforward as it seems. We'll delve into the infamous Roswell incident, a tale of extraterrestrial encounters that has been the subject of speculation for decades. And we'll uncover the truth about the Gulf of Tonkin incident, an event that sparked a war, but whose authenticity remains a topic of debate. So buckle up as we journey through time, unveiling the truths that have been shrouded in secrecy. Let's turn back the clock to 1915, to the sinking of the RMS Lucitania, a tragedy or a calculated move. It was May 7, 1915, when the RMS Lusitania, a luxurious British passenger ship, met its tragic end in the icy waters of the Atlantic Ocean. The ship, sailing from New York to Liverpool, was torpedoed by a German U-boat, causing the death of 1,198 passengers and crew members out of the 1,959 on board. This dreadful event stirred public outrage, especially in the United States, where 128 American citizens lost their lives. Officially, this was an unprovoked attack by the Germans against a non-military vessel, a brutal violation of international law. But let's dive deeper. There are theories that suggest that the Lusitania's sinking was not a mere tragic accident, but a calculated move. A move designed to draw the neutral United States into the tumultuous waters of World War I. This theory hinges on the fact that the Lusitania was carrying more than just passengers. She was laden with munitions and war materials destined for Britain, a fact that the British and American governments initially denied but was later confirmed. Was the Lusitania deliberately put in harm's way, sailing through a war zone, unescorted by naval ships, despite repeated German warnings? The theory further argues that British authorities had intercepted German U-boat communications and knew about the imminent threat to the Lusitania but chose not to reroute or escort the ship. Was this negligence or a calculated decision, knowing that the sinking of the Lusitania would outrage the American public and pressure the US government to enter the war? The official narrative and this alternative perspective paint 2 very different pictures of the same event. Yet both are rooted in the harsh realities of warfare and the political maneuvering that often accompanies it. So was the Lusitania a tragic accident or a deliberate sacrifice? The truth might be somewhere in the murky depths of the Atlantic. Fast forward to 1947 to a small town in New Mexico. A weather balloon or the first documented evidence of extraterrestrial life? Welcome to Roswell, a place that has become synonymous with UFO sightings and alien encounters. In mid-1947, something strange crashed into the desert near this sleepy town, sparking a mystery that still endures. Was it a weather balloon, as the US government claimed, or something far more extraordinary? The tale begins with rancher W.W. Mac Brazel, who stumbled upon unidentifiable debris in his sheep pasture. He reported his find to the local sheriff, who in turn passed the information to Roswell Army Airfield. Military officials swiftly collected the wreckage and issued a press release stating they had recovered a flying disc. However, the story took a sharp turn. The military soon recanted their previous statement, claiming the debris was from a weather balloon. But the damage was done. The initial press release had already sparked a wildfire of speculation that continues to burn brightly. Over the years, countless theories have emerged, challenging the government's weather balloon explanation. Some believe the wreckage was from an alien spacecraft, with others even claiming that extraterrestrial bodies were recovered from the crash site. These assertions are often bolstered by alleged eyewitness accounts, sworn affidavits, and supposedly leaked government documents. The US government, for its part, has stuck to its weather balloon story, albeit with some amendments. In the 90s, they announced that the balloon was part of a top-secret project called Mogul, designed to detect Soviet nuclear tests. Yet, for many, this explanation is just another layer in a multi-tiered cover-up. The Roswell incident, whether a case of mistaken identity or a genuine encounter with the unknown, has left an indelible mark on popular culture. It's a captivating tale of mystery and intrigue, one that continues to inspire films, books, and television series. Roswell remains a beacon for UFO enthusiasts, a tantalizing hint at what might be out there, or perhaps what's already been here. 1964 Gulf of Tonkin, a pivotal point in the Vietnam War, but was it all based on a lie? It was the 2nd of August 1964, when the USS Maddox, an American destroyer, reported being attacked by North Vietnamese naval vessels in the Gulf of Tonkin. Just 2 days later, the Maddox, along with the USS Turner Joy, reported a second attack. This time it was said to be unprovoked. The American response was swift and decisive. President Lyndon B. Johnson ordered retaliatory strikes against North Vietnam, and the Gulf of Tonkin resolution was quickly passed by Congress. This resolution effectively handed President Johnson a blank check to wage war in Vietnam, escalating the conflict to a scale that would see over 2 million Vietnamese lives lost and shape the global political landscape for decades. But here's where the story takes an unexpected twist. Subsequent analyses and declassified documents have revealed that the second attack, the one that triggered the escalation of the war, might not have happened at all. In fact, evidence suggests that the USS Maddox and the USS Turner Joy were not under attack that night. Some speculate that radar ghosts, false signals caused by foul weather, were mistaken for enemy vessels. Others argue that the Johnson administration knowingly exaggerated the incident to justify a war they were already eager to wage. The truth is, we may never know exactly what happened in the waters of the Gulf of Tonkin that fateful August night. But what we do know is that the narrative was manipulated, whether by mistake or by design. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the power of misinformation and the manipulation of public sentiment. It underscores the importance of thorough investigation and the pursuit of truth, both in the moment and in the rear-view mirror of history. The Gulf of Tonkin incident shows us that sometimes the biggest events in history hinge on the smallest of truths, or the lack thereof. From sinking ships to alien encounters and phantom attacks, history is rich with hidden truths. We've journeyed together through the murky waters of the past, uncovering layers of narrative that have, until now, remained concealed beneath the surface of mainstream history. We explored the sinking of the RMS Lucitania, an event that, on the surface, was a tragic maritime disaster. However, as we delved deeper, we found a tale of political maneuvering and wartime propaganda. It's a stark reminder that not everything is as it first appears, and that the currents of history often flow beneath the surface. Then, we ventured into the realm of the extraterrestrial with the Roswell incident. What was initially reported as the recovery of a flying disc became a weather balloon overnight. The incident serves as a prime example of how narratives can be manipulated, and how quickly the truth can be replaced by a more convenient story. We also revisited the Gulf of Tonkin incident where phantom attacks led to real war. This incident, shrouded in mystery and confusion, was used as a pretext to escalate the conflict in Vietnam. It's a reminder that sometimes the most significant events in history aren't just about what happened, but also about how those events were portrayed. As we've journeyed through these chapters of the past, one thing becomes clear. History is not just a series of events. It's a tapestry woven from countless threads of narrative, each colored by perspective, context, and interpretation. It's an ever-evolving story that's shaped not just by what happens, but by how we choose to remember and retell those events. Critical thinking, questioning, and a healthy dose of skepticism are vital tools in our quest for truth. They allow us to peer behind the veil, to question what we're told, and to seek out the hidden narratives that lie beneath the surface. As we pull back the curtain on history, we realize it's not just about the events that shape our world, but also about the stories we tell about those events. Here's to uncovering more truths in the future.